Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're amped to be here. I'm not gonna do that too much, those dad jokes. The red tape is just to conceal the customer's name. This is order that I have that I'm gonna build. I'm gonna build a battery today. This is a 36 volts battery with 415 watt hours. So I'm just gonna check here. I'm gonna get started. You're gonna see the process of building a battery. I'm gonna show you some stuff. If you like that, I'll put that there and I'll be right back. For this, I'm gonna need 40 cells and we're gonna use Panasonic PF. And they're gonna be in a small package. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Poop. Mac poop face, come on. Why you no work? Here we go. Alright, so we have 2 plates. So usually, it depends if you want to do it or not, but usually you can cut off these dovetails. You just cut them off. But I'm just gonna do these on the side. And also, these fly away, so I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna put it to the recycle bin. Now for the cells. So these are the ones that I'm gonna use. All right, there we go. Now when you do this, your fingers might be a little bit oily, so you should wash your hands and take away the most of the oil anyways before you do this, because otherwise the nickel won't stick to the battery cells. And here we go. This looks like a nice little battery pack. And now I'm gonna just use my glue gun to fix. Sorry, there's a lot of this happening. I'm gonna fix these batteries along the sides, and when I'm done, never mind. So I'm gonna use this nickel. It's a little bit thicker than usual nickel. Well, I like to use this anyways. Let's see here. I'm just gonna lay out. I'm used to another config. Oh yeah, so this scissor is my designated, what do you call it? Designated nickel cutting scissor. So it's super dull when cutting anything else but nickel. Oh, and I cut off one of these, so I'm gonna use this as a solder the JST cables. I'm gonna use like this, so it's gonna stick out like that. So I'm gonna do this to every single one. When you're building batteries, well, when I'm building batteries, you see I have a ring on and I have a watch, and usually that's kind of bad news, but that's if you work without gloves. I don't like to work without the gloves because I'm always nervous when building batteries, so I don't get, you know, a jolt or I call it a little kiss, the kiss of death. Now, 36 volts ain't that bad. 42 volts is a little bit harder. Gives you a little bigger kiss. Yeah, so. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of hot glue in the creases. So this makes that the outside of the battery pack hold still. That's gonna be enough. And then on the, and then I'm gonna use the nickel to keep everything in place. So this one goes into the plastic bag, and the nickel, and here we go, and beep, boop. When I solder the JST cables, I do it on the minus side. You can do it on the plus side. You can do it whatever you like. But I'm used to putting it on the minus side. And here we go. Multimeter. Nothing. Sorry, I wasn't on there. So it shows 35 volts, and it's supposed to be 35 because the cells are 35. Now I'm gonna take it up like this. I like to start with the minus. Oh, yeah. And please be quiet. And this is leaded soldering, which is, I don't know, is not the greatest for your health. Let's see, are you at temperature? Are you screwing with me now? Come on, hello? Yes? Yes? You get warm, please? Hello, temperature? This one is so low. It's dangerous, isn't it? I don't know. Maybe when you're hot? Yes. Yeah, I don't know. So I put a little bit of a double. And with the power of editing, ta-da! I got the JST cable and BMS. Soldering again. And I usually like to do this. I usually like to hold it in place between my thumb and my, what is it, like index finger? Is it called like that? Or I don't know. My pointy finger. Yes. So I usually start with the black one on the first minus pole. And it's up to temperature. And just give it a little tug. And then I take the next one and I put it in between so I know which one I'm on. And then that goes to the next one in series. Alright, give it a little tug, and you see here, I take the next one. Hello? You start? You start now? Okay. So then I check each cable so I don't get any minus. This one is here. It should show 3.5 volts, 3.4, 3.5. Sometimes if you don't get a reading, you have to just, I don't know, move it around a little bit. Oh yeah, whoop, yeah, there we go. So now everything checks out. So this one is now ready to be connected to the BMS. I'm gonna put that to the side at the moment. Now I'm gonna do it like this. I'm gonna put this up a little bit, and I'm gonna solder a little piece of smoky. So now I'm gonna connect the blue one, which is the battery minus, to the battery minus. So I just take off a little bit more like that, and then I'm gonna do it like this. And then I'm gonna hold it. I'm gonna warm up the solder. Hello? This is on there, but I kind of need a little bit more. There we go. All right, so now I'm done with the soldering for now. Next part, what I need to do is that, oh yeah, that can be fun. I'm gonna take a little bit of tape, just in case. Because if this one touches the battery, it might spark a little bit. So right now, I need to grab a couple of wires. So I need a positive one that goes through there, and I need to finish up working with this. So I have to put it like this or something, and I have to use like some distance between the battery and the BMS. So because when the BMS works a lot, it can become a little bit warm, and over time that warmness can actually make the battery cells that are closest to the BMS a little bit less efficient. So if I would just put a little bit of rubber or like a spacer between, just something small, then I can the battery will be better for a longer time. So yeah, so now I need to do this, and then I'm gonna do a couple more stuff. So I'm gonna be back with the power of editing. I command you. Jesus. Yeah, I've moved. Like I said, I'm not a professional video maker whatsoever. Not even close. I got the plus wire now, so I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna just make it a little bit naked. Slow. Alright. Here we go. Soldering again. Here we go. I'll lift this up a little bit. Always when using, oh yeah, I'm gonna turn on my glue gun. I'm gonna need that glue in a minute. Oh yeah, here it is. Glue, you work, you broke. I use a pretty high temperature because it melts faster, because this one is excruciating. It's easier to put a little bit of soldering on the ends of the wires and connecting them to something else with solder. Goes really fast. I just hold it here for a couple seconds so it melts into the wires. Now, yes, this is the route I want to go. So now I heat up the solder. And now I put on a bit. Yeah, it's good. Okay, so now comes the like small like finishing touches. Basically the battery's done. So I just do a little bit of this. Put a little bit of this electrical tape on the side here, underneath. Just a little bit. Press it down. Ooh, hot. And then I use just a little bit more underneath the wire and over the wire. It looks messy, but it's gonna look good in a minute. All right, now this is a battery pack that doesn't have any anything else added to it. So it's not going to be, I don't have a charger for it, and the customer has what he needs, so he has to contact and the plug, whatever he's going to use. So now it's going to be a little bit, maybe I should take, yeah, I'm going to do that. Okay. I'll take a little bit of Eva foam, and I'll put this, and I'm gonna take all this mess. Messy. All right, not the football player. Yes, football, not soccer. Football. You Americans should actually call it handball, because you're using your hands, not your feet. This is a little bit too small, yeah. Don't waste. Did you hear me? You don't need to waste anything. Yeah. There we go. What should I use? I should use a little bit of more tape, maybe. Just a little bit. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look the best. It's not the greatest, but it's not supposed to be the best or the greatest. So here we go. It's supposed to cover. It's supposed to be like just something that doesn't make the battery worse. And also, I mean, when building battery packs, what do you really use? Yeah, you can make it you look flashy and stuff like that, and I can spend hours and hours trying to make it look perfect and look like have it made like it looks like a factory made it and stuff like that. But that's not the point, is it? That's why battery packs that you buy from a factory is, you know, a lot more expensive, in my opinion. Oh yeah, baby. All right, so it looks like a horror show, and it kind of is, but more tape fixes everything. More tape for the people. More tape for the people. I need more tape for the people. Yeah, it sounds like a little bit of like a, oh Jesus, Jesus save me. And at the risk of losing everyone who's watching, no, I'm gonna stay out of the religious type of things. You don't need that. I mean, I don't need to comment about it. All right. Train wreck. All right, so now I'm gonna use a measuring thingy, and it measures 16 centimeters from this side, this bottom, to this side. So now I'm gonna go and get some heat shrink tube that fits the bill. And the power of editing. yeah, so this looks a little bit different from the last shot. Still the same day, a minute later. So I got, I measured, so it was like 16 or something centimeters. So that's what I'm kind of gonna use. So I got heat shrink tube that's 180 millimeters, but I'm not sure still that this is gonna fit good over. So I usually just cut a little stripe, like just a little bit, and just see if this is gonna go through, and it works just fine. So now I'm gonna just throw that to the side, maybe save it so I know. Oh yeah, see this? Marvelous. So I might kind of save that thing and then, yeah. And the thing with heat shrink, yeah. So I use a little bit more than a finger. Oh yeah, you would like to see like cutting like this with a really sharp knife and then go. All right, so a little bit more than a finger is my go-to and measuring. Why? I have to get a sharper knife because this knife is getting on my nerves. All right, here we go. Beepity bop, beepity boop. Okay, this might be, yeah, this looks, just gonna press that a little bit, and there we go, and there we go, and there we go, and there we go. Gloves again, and then I'm gonna move this, because I'm gonna use the hot air gun, which is, I have a fantastic machine. So I'm just doing this end, and then I'm gonna do this end. I have a little bit of ways away from the shrinking. You can't forget the stickers, because the stickers makes it work. stickers makes it go faster. Didn't you know that? Like, if you have stickers with flames on them, then, I mean, instantly the bike goes maybe 100 kilometers an hour faster. Like, instantly. So this is a 36 volt system with 11.5 amp hours. And this translates to 414 watt hours. Put this right. Should I put it just like offset just a little bit to make you cringe, or to make myself cringe, maybe? Ta-da! It's all done. So now it's weatherproofed. It has padding on all sides, so it's a little bit softer, so it can withstand a little bit more. I built the batteries inside of a case or inside of like holders, all the cells, and I put some glue around the corner so it stays in place, and I used a little bit thicker nickel to also to hold the batteries in place. I've soldered the JST cables. I put on the BMS cable, or BMS. I put everything together, and I checked that every single cell group is working as it should be. So at least 100 kilometers an hour. No, with the flames on it. Now the battery works, basically. Thank you for watching.